Get off the phone. Not right now, because you're listening to me. Get off the phone. If you're struggling with your anxiety, if you're struggling with your confidence, that's the first thing you should be doing. It's the best thing you could do for your social anxiety. And I'm not even talking about social media. I'm not talking about don't be on TikTok, Instagram. I don't care. I mean, it's probably no, it isn't good for you. It's not good for your well-being. But hey, I'm on it. I can't. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. You use it sparingly, use it wisely. I'm talking about when you're out in public. When you're out in public, get off the damn phone. This is why we are so socially anxious as a people and just in general. We're so bad at socializing because we have this damn phone that makes it so easy to not socialize. The phone makes it easy to not do anything. I mean, basically anything you want right now, you can have right now on your phone. You could order something to your house. You could do whatever you want. It has become such a crutch for so many people, and we don't even realize that we're doing it. Like, I remember after COVID, I had been, we'd all been cooped up in the house for so long, right? And I hadn't been on a train in, I don't know, 6 months to a year, whatever. The first time I went back into the real world, back on a train, I remember it so vividly. I remember sitting in the subway, looking up and seeing everybody's head like this. Everybody's like this. Everybody's looking right in front of their face. There's people to the sides of them, 3 inches apart. They're going like this. This is everywhere. Anywhere you go, people's eyes are glued to the phone. And I understand, like, this is a real problem. Like, people are actually, like, addicted to their phone. It's a problem. But there's a lot of us, especially if you're socially anxious, you struggle with your confidence, be honest with yourself. You use it as a crutch. We all do. It makes things less awkward, or at least it feels less awkward. You're in the waiting room waiting for your doctor, and, well, what else am I going to do? Take out my phone, right? Wherever we are, we take out our phone because social awkwardness. Oh no, there's people around. Oh, well, they're on their phone. It's okay for me to be on my phone. Or they're on their phone. I don't want to bother them. I don't want to bother them. What important thing are they doing on their phone? Probably nothing. Get off your phone. Even if you're not ready to talk to people yet, we just want to get in the mode of eliminating all of our excuses, all of our distractions. And the phone is excuse number one. I made a video or an episode about excuses not too long ago. And somehow, I don't even think I mentioned the phone, which is crazy because that is our number one excuse. But we don't identify it as an excuse because it's so attached to us. It's just part of our life now. It has everything we need. So sometimes we need to be on it, obviously. But if you can actually implement this will immediately increase your anxiety. I promise you. And that's a good thing, by the way, right? As talked about before with social anxiety, we want the anxiety to get a little worse because when the anxiety is getting worse, that means you're doing something hard. It means you're doing something uncomfortable. I promise you, if you start walking around without looking at your phone in awkward situations like the elevator, the waiting room, waiting online for a bathroom, waiting online to get a sandwich at the deli, wherever you are that you go to your phone to just like kill time and not feel that weird awkwardness, oh, there's people around, just sit there. And what's going to happen is it's in some situations, it's going to feel more awkward to not say anything, right? You're just standing next to somebody on an elevator and it's going up and you're not even going to say hello. You're just going to ignore the person completely. Try to do that without a phone in your hand. It's not that easy. It feels less stressful sometimes to just say hello to the person. We have to put ourselves in situations where we're almost forced to communicate because when we have social anxiety, we don't want to communicate. We will find any reason not to communicate, and the phone is the number one reason why we don't talk to anybody. Ironically, even though it's a phone. Here's another thing. If you're going to order, if you're at home and you're going to order Seamless or Postmates or whatever, pick up the phone, call the number like you're in the 2000s and call the place and order it. Hell, even go and pick it up if it's close. Just go and pick it up, right? Just go and pick it up. Go and pick up the place. It's going to force you to get in front of people. These are everyday things. Like we're looking for opportunities Oh, where do I go? How do I challenge myself? There's opportunities abound if you just get rid of that freaking phone, or at least just eliminate it for things that you don't actually need it for. I know this is hard. This is going to be harder than actually just implementing this, because there's a lot of addiction that people are struggling with, and it's hard. It's hard to stay off the phone. I understand, but if you can be really conscious about this, be really aware that, hey, I'm on my phone right now, not because I need to check this text, or I need to play this game right now, or I need to check my email, or I need to scroll on TikTok. It's because I feel uncomfortable in this weird social situation that's going on right now, and I don't want to look at people, because if I look at people, I'm going to feel pressured to talk to them, and then I'm going to get more anxious, and then I'm going to feel uncomfortable, and whatever else feeling that you have. If you just identify the fact that, oh, I'm using this as a crutch, and I need to feel more uncomfortable, right? That is our goal. Even again, you don't even have to be ready. Don't even talk to people yet. Just stand there without the phone and look at them and make them look at you, and just observe and look at people and feel a little uncomfortable, because this is what's happened. We've gotten to this world where everybody's on their phone, and now we feel like, oh, am I being rude? I'm disrupting other people. We have to get over this idea of, are we disturbing other people? Are we disturbing other people? If you believe that anything you do is going to disturb other people, you're going to find every reason in the book to never talk to anybody. Okay, so unless someone is very obviously busy, they have a real scowl on their face, or they're just like looking hostile, we want to assume that everybody is approachable. Everybody I can at least say hello to. Again, even if you're not ready to do that, we just want to remind ourselves that people are out in the world. If they're out in public, they're fair game to talk to them. Again, unless they're making it blatantly obvious they don't want anything to do with anybody, we have to assume that everybody around us we can at least say hello to, and they're not going to bite our heads off. All right. So we have to realize these sort of games we create in our mind, or these sort of imaginary rules that we create about what's acceptable and what isn't acceptable. These are the new rules. Everybody's approachable. You can go and talk to whoever you want, even if it's really uncomfortable. And we have to put ourselves in situations that will make it almost harder to not do something. And if you can do this, these are the first steps to starting to overcome your anxiety. Because now you don't have a fallback. Now you can't just look at your phone every time you get uncomfortable. And at some point, you're going to say, hey, you know what? It might actually be easier if I just say something to this person, because they're standing right next to me and I'm feeling uncomfortable by us just standing here. So say something. It doesn't have to be mind-blowing. You say, hey, how are you doing? What are you getting for lunch? You're on the deli line, or you're at a place going to get food, right? So instead of ordering the food, you go to pick it up. There's a person standing in front of you, and they're waiting to order, or they're waiting to pick up their order. Here's a very simple thing you can do. If you struggle with like figuring out, well, what do I say? Is it going to be random? Is it going to be awkward? Is it going to be weird? Can I just say that? Context, right? I've talked about this before. Find things in context. What's around you? What are people doing? That's what you talk about. So you see someone, now you've gone to the store to the restaurant, instead of having it ordered. You get there, someone's waiting in line. You go, hey, what did you get? What did you get? I got the Kung Pao chicken. What did you get? Oh, awesome. Yeah, I've never had that before. What's that like? Have you had that before? It's right there in front of you. It's right there. And you'll be surprised how open people are to having these conversations. I've talked about this before because I was so terrified for so long, and I thought that everybody that I approached was going to give me a bad reaction, going to have an attitude, and I promise you, it's 80-20. 80% of the time, it goes better than you can ever imagine. 20% of the time, people are uninterested. They don't care. It's not about you. That's about them. That's about them having a bad day. And once you start to see this, so I talked about, I think in an older episode, about the new developments they found in exposure therapy, right? The original idea in exposure therapy was called habituation. The idea was basically you go and do something, you expose yourself to a fear, so a social situation, you expose yourself to the fear, and simply by being in that fear, the anxiety rises and you acclimate to it, right? You just kind of like get used to it. And then the idea was that the fear would fade. But what they found more recently with exposure therapy with social anxiety and with other phobias and obsessive compulsive disorder is what's more effective at what's called inhibitory learning, which is basically a fancy way of saying learning something new, which is, hey, I have this idea that everyone's going to be mean and rude and nasty. Hey, let's go test that theory out. And don't just do it once, because you might get unlucky and walk into the wrong place at the wrong time and someone gives you a bad attitude, and now you're like, see, that's why I don't do it. You got to give it at least 20 people, 10 people at least, and go and actually count how many experiences were bad. I promise you, most of them, if you go in with a smile and you're friendly and you say, hey, what are you getting for lunch today? Oh, that's cool. I've never had that before. It doesn't have to be a long conversation. You can put a stopwatch on if you want. I mean, I don't want to get you too obsessed about this, but like 30 seconds. That's how long the conversation has to be. Introduce yourself, ask a question. They'll ask you something, follow up. You respond. That's it. It's over with. And then you guys go your separate ways. But the only way we can do this is if we're actually paying attention to what is going around us. And the best way to do that, get off your goddamn phone. Thanks again for tuning in. If anyone listening is in New York or New Jersey, I am opening a few spots if you're interested, if you want to work with me. If you're not quite ready to jump into actually making a session, I offer 15-minute consultations. You call up. I'm going to leave my information in the bottom of the episode, so you can find that all there through my website. You can either call or you can just do it through the website if you don't want to call. And so if you're interested in a 15-minute consultation, please check it out below. But again, you have to live in New York or New Jersey. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. That helps get the show out there so I can help more people, help as many people as I can with social anxiety, because I had it for a very long time and I know how terrible it can be. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys soon.